Claire Williamson here. Hope you are doing amazing. Right, I am so excited because we are starting a 22-day breathwork challenge here in this group. And this is going to create such an epic transformation for you. Do you know about the numbers 20, 2 and 2, 22? Going into 22, a 22-day challenge. I'm holding an event on January 22. The number 2 is all around alignment. 22 is all around alignment. And I want to know if you feel like there is more of you to come out. There's more of you to shine. There's more that you can bring into your business so that it aligns with you, with your soul's frequency. That is what we're going to be doing in this challenge, is we are going to be fucking discovering you, the authentic you, and bringing more of you through so that you actually start to generate the income and the impact that you want to in 2022. And this is about commitment, because I was thinking about it this morning as I was in the gym. There is no like coincidence that I get the success that I seek, because I'm disciplined. But I've had a different journey to a lot of other people, right? I've been a fighter for 10 years, which means I have spent 10 years in fight camps where if I didn't show up to training, then I would get my face kicked in a fight, right? So it is about connecting to an outcome and knowing what is at stake if you don't commit. And that is where a lot of us, we fall down, because we don't know what is at stake if we don't hit our goals. We don't connect with our vision deeply enough, in detail enough. I remember when I was in Florida in 2019, I was part of a reality show, and I went on this reality show because I wanted to have the life of my dreams figured out for me, right? The name of the show at the time was The Lifestyle Solution. That is what attracted me. I had these goals, but at the time, I wasn't willing to do the work that I needed within me, the internal work, to actually become the person that was going to create that success. And I had a hell of a shock on that show, because I was confronted with myself. I was confronted with all of the reasons why I didn't have what I wanted, the trauma that I was carrying around, the lack of authenticity to my soul's curriculum, goal, the fear that I had. And also the limiting beliefs and stories that I was carrying around, the way that I was seeing my world. I was confronted by all of it, because this was an experience where we had deep coaching and we were pushed every single day for nearly a week into places where I'm not sure I would want to go again voluntarily, right? But in that, I started to really see what I wanted, and I started to feel like I could actually feel it. I could feel the vision of becoming this coach, of becoming this world-renowned coach, this person who transforms lives, who writes books, who stands on stages. Before, it was a little bit of a pipe dream. And I definitely pushed it out to someday I'll. It wasn't real for me. But in that process of getting into discomfort, being pushed to my limits, past my limits, starting to feel what was at stake if I didn't step up and raise my standards and start creating this success for myself, it was there that I started to see a shift. And so since this experience, I started to take a journey, and it is this journey that I actually built into a program that I released this year called the Quantum Leap Intensive, where I actually now certify coaches to go out and take other people through this process, because you have a quantum leap. And so I don't want to get too off track with this, because we're going to be digging into all of this over the next 22 days. What the challenge looks like is you're going to do a 22-minute breath work yourself, guided every single day. You're going to turn up to one of these videos every single day where we're going to be doing some training. And on a Sunday, we're going to do a breath work together. I'm going to guide you through a breath work journey every week that will be live. It'll be on Zoom. And these are amazing, because we're going to be pushing your comfort a little bit further on these extended journeys. Now, showing up and committing to the breathwork every single day in itself is going to be a win for you, because like I said, as a fighter, being in those fight camps, connected to the outcome. I wanted that trophy. I wanted that, medallion around my, neck. I knew that I had to show up. I knew that if I didn't turn up to the gym every single day and push myself, that I would not win. And I knew what was at stake, both in my physical safety, but also related to my goals, if I didn't win. And it was that connection that pushed me through my fear as well. I had so much fear going into those fights, but because I was so connected to the outcome, I was able to go through the fear, right? And that is where we want to get you over the next 22 days, is we want to get you so connected to the vision of what you want, but we also want to get you connected with that authentic energy that is going to create that success. It is the energy that is going to have you showing up and taking bold action. It is the energy that is going to attract in the opportunities that will align you with that outcome and allow you to get that success with more ease, without the hustle. And it is the practice of showing up for yourself every single day and committing to something and throwing out your excuses. Because that really is why a lot of us, we don't get the success that we want, because we make excuses, because we give in to our feelings, we feel the lack of motivation, we feel the fear, and we just listen to our ego and we say, okay, I'm not going to do it today. But you don't get success that way, right? So it's the actions that you take every day that accumulatively create that success. It's an identity shift. And through this 22-day breathwork challenge, we're going to accelerate that identity shift, because you are going to become in energetic alignment with what you want. Right now, what you want is at an energy that is vibrating way different to what you are right now, because your energy is all wrapped up with your excuses, your limiting stories, your trauma. And we need to release all of that. We need to acknowledge it and connect with it to be able to release it. I had such an epic shift when I was sat on the beach this morning doing my breath work. I felt the shift within my body. It was like, I can let this go. I've been carrying this pain around in my back for years. And I've known for a while that it's not muscular. It's nothing physical. Like people, yeah, there's tight muscles in there, but why? It's like I've known that it has been related to something I believe about myself, something I believe about the world. And I wasn't ready to release that. I wasn't ready to be vulnerable by letting this go, letting this energy within me go. It was almost like I was letting a wall down that was going to make me vulnerable to what I fear. And this morning in my breath work, I let it go. I felt it shift. I felt it release. I stood up and I felt like an entirely different person. And I want you to know that some of the shifts that I've had through this breath work that I'm going to be sharing with you have been absolutely transformational. They have been life-changing. I'm going to share in a post on my Facebook in a minute how I have manifested 40 grand of profit this year in my business. And that's not in a year. That's from the moment that I made a decision that was what I was going to do. So we're talking just over 6 months, maybe even less than 6 months. I remember actually being sat right down here in front of the cupboard, because I was on a coaching session with my coach, and I had my baby. She was parched, she's everywhere, right? So I was trying to distract her with my sock drawer to have her play with things while I was talking to him. And he was like, well, what are you doing with your money right now? Like, are you banking it? Are you saving it? Are you spending it? What are you doing with it? And I was like, I don't know, because I don't like looking at my money. And he was like, Claire, how are you going to make money if you don't like looking at money? Like, what is that about? And that was the starting of this unraveling of these stories, these money memories that I had, and this paradigm that I saw of the world related to money and the security that it gave me. And I had to knock the walls down of that paradigm and start seeing things differently and release some of these stories that I was holding on to. I made a decision that day. I was going to start putting away 10% of my income every single month, profit first. Like, I was literally going to put that money away, even if I had a bill, and trust that the money was going to come in to pay the business bills. And that money has grown every single month. I have created this stack of money. And as I was at the gym this morning, I was remembering, I every single year do a year in review. I sent an email out on my list. I don't know if you've seen it. I talked about your year in 4 view, because a lot of us do that, right? We look at our year backwards and we review it and we reflect on it, and it's really, really powerful. But we often forget to look at the year in full view. We forget to look forward and really plan and set intention and connect with those outcomes and really like see and feel the vision. So I wanted to remind you to do that. If you're on my mailing list, I can, send it to you if you aren't, but I wanted to connect you with that. So that is what I'd done. I've been doing this rear view and this fore view. And I remembered being in Australia a couple of years ago, and we went to Australia Zoo. And right in the middle of Australia Zoo, they were having this competition to win this Mizuno camper van. And I saw this camper van and I was like, whoa, holy fuck, I need one of these in my life. And I entered the competition and I did all this work to manifest the win. And I didn't win, right? So a few weeks after we got back from holiday, I made this commitment to myself, and in my year in review I wrote it down. In my fore view, I am going to manifest 35 grand and I'm going to buy a camper van. And I'd kind of forgotten about this, right? Until I was in the gym this morning and I was running, and I remembered like reading, and I was like, Claire, you've manifested that money. Like, your 35k is sat there in the bank right now. You could buy that camper van straight away. And all of a sudden, it was like that realization brought together all of the vision that I have been seeing for this next year. Like, in this next year, I want to get out from behind this computer screen. I want to get in front of people. I want to get back to being physically around people. And I've decided that I'm going to do events. I'm going to get out and take the virtual events that I've been doing, and I'm going to do them out in the wilderness. And I now have this camper van to be able to go and be anywhere that I like, have the accommodation, not have to worry about venues, and just call in other people who are on this journey of growth and spiritual development and spiritual awakening, forest bathing, meditation, breath work, trauma release, taking the quantum leap processes that, like I say, I've developed this certification that my now quantum coaches are taking out into the world and changing lives, bringing them into these events. Hey, Avril, and I can make it happen, and you can make whatever the hell you like happen as well, right? Whatever it is, I want you to write it down in the comments right now. What is the fucking most crazy dream that you have had? The out there thing, the thing that you have said, fuck, I can't do that. Shit, that scares me. Man, that's big. How would I do that? Who am I to have that, be that, do that? Write that thing down in the comments, because that's your soul goal. That is the truth of you and your true frequency, your soul's frequency. And that frequency has a vibration, and you're not living in that vibration 24 hours of every single day. I wasn't. But the more I've done this work this year, and Avril, you can testify to this. I remember sitting on a call with Avril and we connected to exactly this. How Avril, I know you won't mind me sharing, because you're the most amazing open heart and you've had such a journey, but she saw the things within herself that were holding her back. And Avril has shown up and she has invested and she's taken this journey, and now things are manifesting in her life. Manifestation is not what I think about I can create. That is bullshit. It is what I can feel I can create. And our feelings, they are not like an emotional bank that you've got in your head that you dip into and you feel this and you feel that. They come from your internal programming, and your internal programming comes from every single experience that you have had in your life, where your parents have influenced what you think, where the school system has put ideas into your head about how the world works, where you've had experiences that have been traumatic and it has created fear, and your brain is trying to keep you safe and alive. And that desire for safety and life is always going to bring you back to this place of comfort, where you will exist and you will continue to create a predictable life. You will continue to have exactly the same level of success that you have right now, and you won't grow any bigger, because we have got to absolutely blast those internal programs. We're going to rewrite those imprints, and we have got to get you to this place of feeling who you truly are, and then showing up from that place in that energy, creating, doing, being But to do that, you got to get out of this survival mind that is just surviving this internal programming and what that thinks, right? But the breath work, it is going to take you there. It's going to take you there for 22 minutes every single day. It is going to have mind-blowing results if you commit to it. And I don't want you to say, I'm going to start tomorrow. I want you to start today. I'm going to be completely honest, that there has been a massive glitch in my back end. And so those of you who have registered, you've not received anything. You haven't had access to the breath work. So you're probably sitting there going, what breath work? I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it as soon as I come off this. And you will receive an email that will give you access to the breath work. And you are going to do that today. You're going to take 22 minutes and you're going to breathe. Now, the resource that I give you takes you through how to do the breath work. There is a little bit of art to it, but I know that you're going to feel discomfort as well. You're going to get to this place. It's like going to the gym. You know, you pay for that membership and you go for the first couple of days, and then your mind starts saying, actually, I should just stay in bed where it's comfortable. So we're going to make this easier for you. There's 2 ways that you're going to make it easier. Number 1 is you're going to choose a time in the day that you can stick to. So don't be like, well, you know, we breathe in the morning. It might not work for you to breathe in the morning. So if it has to be in the evening, do it in the evening. Find a time where you can be undisturbed and commit to it. Number 2, find somewhere that makes you feel good. Right? So I've been going down to the beach and I've been breathing down there, and it just, like, I'm craving that now because it makes me feel good. So make this work for you by finding the ways that it will work for you best, and commit to it. Commit to not listening to those excuses that you listened to in the past that tell you, you know, I don't have to do that engagement on social media today. Oh, I don't have to connect with that lead today. Push that shit to one side and realize that in 22 days, you could have made an absolute transformational shift in your life through doing this, through committing to yourself, through making a decision that you're not going to listen to your bullshit anymore. You're not going to be the sum of your excuses that have kept you at this ceiling, wherever the ceiling is for you right now. We are going to absolutely change shit up in the next 22 days. It's going to be amazing. So number 1, you get into that resource, you choose to do the breath work every day. You start today. Number 2, you jump on these live videos if you can, and we're going to be doing training. And just a little heads up. Hey Sheila, absolutely 100%. I will get that to you. Heads up on the trainings, they are introductions to what we're going to be doing in the January event. So if you like what I'm talking about, if it creates shifts for you, if you think to yourself, actually Claire's onto something here, this is what is holding me back, I do need to work more deeply into this, then sign up for the January event, because we're going to be going deep for 3 days. It's going to be absolutely transformational, and you don't want to miss it, right? So heads up, if you don't like being sold to, I'm going to be fucking selling to you the next 22 days. I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit in the daily trainings what we're going to be doing in the January 22nd event. Does that make sense? You're going to get training though. You're going to get support. You're going to have those shifts. You're going to make those micro wins. But if you want a macro win, you really want to go deep, then sign up to the full event on the 22nd of January. Number 3, I will be doing live Zoom breathwork sessions, proper full journeys. We're going to be moving our bodies. We're going to be making noise. We're going to be going deeper into the breathwork. So the longer you do the breathwork for, the more rounds that you do, the deeper you go, the more you shift. And we're not going to be able to get there in 22 minutes. So there'll be more like hour-long sessions on Zoom. There'll be a registration link that you will receive here in the group and by email. And that's it. That's what we're going to be doing. It's going to be amazing. Avril says that she wants to run retreats or workshops. So this is what we're going to make it happen, Avril. Someday Isle is just, it doesn't exist anymore. It's about doing the things that your soul wants you to do, aligning to your soul's frequency, energetic alignment. When you connect to that energy, when you release those limiting stories and beliefs, that is where your soul rises. That's where the inspired action starts to happen. And that is where the opportunities start to come in front of you and everything becomes easy. I'm going to take you there It's going to be incredible. I don't want to oversell it, but I'm excited. Be excited with me. Drop what your impossible dream is down in the comments. Tell me that you're in, tell me that you're committed, and I will go and sort out this technical glitch so you have your breath work. Thank you for being in the group. Hope you've had a wonderful Christmas, and I will speak to you soon. Bye bye.